Welcome to the SEO.co Search Engine Optimization Podcast. Digital marketing essentials and next level tactics. From offsite and on-site optimization to persuasive selling and everything in between. You'll learn actionable tips on what it takes to outright and outrank your competition.
Welcome back to the SEO.co podcast. Today we're continuing and wrapping up the series, How to Scale Your Content Creation, and we're going to dive right in with tips for scaling your content. Now we're onto the juicy bits of this guide that you can use to plan out your content scaling and find ways to acquire more content that will help you grow with your business. First, create a process. Content doesn't just appear out of thin air, and neither do ideas. The first piece of content scaling puzzle is to create a process to organize all your ideas into workable pieces of content. Writing down all your ideas, the thoughts from your marketing and sales teams, getting data together, and putting it all in one place will let you work out where your content needs to go. From there, you can create a concrete marketing strategy to work from. This should essentially identify all your target goals with your content. You should already have figured out your brand voice by this stage, as well as the message you want to get across. Your goals should put you in a better position over the next 6 to 12 months. Apart from the ideas and goals that line up with your brand vision, you also need measurable metrics to test if your results are where they should be. All of this should be cataloged and shared with your entire team to ensure everyone is on the same page. Next, create a productivity tracker. This is essentially about creating a system to keep track of your content goals. It can be a production metric like the number of pieces produced per medium, hitting target posting times, a calendar with key dates for specific posts, or any number of other tools to help your team keep track of what they should be doing to keep your content goals in line with your business. While it takes time for content scaling to really show results, having measurable goals each week, month, or quarter can help you keep pace with your business and what you hope to accomplish. As your needs change, update the progress tracker with new goals. Keeping track of all the different content streams and forms of content can be difficult, even for an experienced marketing team, so it's important to utilize content management tools from a reputable content management service. You probably already have some tools in place, but scaling is the final step in the content marketing process. Keeping up the pace of scaling can be difficult, even if you prepare properly. Next, quality first. This next tip is fairly simple. Content may be king, but quality breeds success. Rather than pumping out content by the shovelful, the goal is to produce quality, meaningful content that means something to your customers. Fewer content pieces of higher quality will do more for your business than an entire truckload of low-quality filler content. Sure, you might gain some page rank or site authority initially, but that will quickly wear off as your content devalues your business. Instead, focus on content that brings value to the space you're in, even if it means fewer overall pieces. You can use link exchanges and curated content to help fill the gaps where you may not be able to produce as much content. Next up, enlist the help of others. We mentioned this at the beginning, but creating all of your content yourself, or even with your sales and marketing team, is not the ideal solution. Managing multiple forms of content at a high pace while still producing quality requires the help of content professionals. Hiring professional writers for your staff or outsourcing to a content agency can take the load off and give you some measure of control over the quality of your content. Finding content creators who are already experts or at least highly knowledgeable in your field can help to produce informative pieces without long delays or multiple rounds of editing. If you're already at the point of scaling your content, then you likely have a budget set aside for content creation. Use your marketing strategy and figure out the best ways to allocate that budget without putting undue strain on your marketing team. Next up, find ways to cycle content. As we've stated before, fresh content generation is a difficult and time-consuming process. One of the ways to combat this is by being able to recycle content. This is only doable with certain types of content like social media, but can save lots of time and effort over the long term. Creating a pool of posts to cycle through on different social platforms will allow for less day-to-day content generation and focus on other forms of content that must remain fresh. Reusing content of other forms is actually a bad idea. Content such as blogs can show up as duplicate content if it's reused, and this will incur a penalty from Google. Hiring writers to write guest posts to freshen up older content is a great way to keep content alive and put it back into circulation. While you can't reuse everything, trying to make the most of what you have will save you time and increase productivity while you scale. Next, use templates. One way to speed up output, especially if you've already gotten all of your SEO assets in place, is to create templates for different forms of content. This allows your team or the writers you hire to create content much faster and according to your specific needs. Templates can be tailored to your needs and your audience so that you make sure that every piece is as on brand as possible. Templates don't work for every type of content, but for routine production of newsletters, emails, graphics, or blurbs and slogans, templates can save the day. Next, branch out. One of the best ways to find out what types of content your users want is to go to them directly. Part of keeping your content fresh is delivering on what users want. Talk to your customers, read their online reviews, talk to colleagues in the space. Heck, even your competitors can have insight into what types of content and topics will make your business more successful. By using customer feedback and real-world information, you can build out trust for your brand and your authenticity as customers will see you paying attention and listening to what they want and need. This can even impact other areas of your business outside of content marketing. Next, and finally, measure success. This is the last piece of the puzzle, but one you should be doing throughout the entire process. Success can mean different things to different businesses, from higher site traffic to higher SERP ranking, more sales, more mentions on social media, more referrals from other sources. All of these things can be measures of success. There are plenty of tools to help you keep track of these metrics like Google Analytics. If you're not measuring your success as you go, you may be wasting effort, time, and money. Well, there you have it, our guide to scaling your content creation to meet the ever-increasing demands of your business. The key tips we can give are knowing your market, knowing your goals, and using all of the content types at your disposal to reach them. You never want to paint yourself into a corner as a business and be labeled as one-dimensional. To grow properly, you need to expand and evolve, and this includes the content that you create. Thanks again for listening to the SEO.co podcast, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you for joining us on the SEO.co podcast. We appreciate your time. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show and visit SEO.co for more resources based on today's topic, as well as access to more podcast episodes to help you improve your site's long-term SEO success.